The first step to making your Chevron Friendship Bracelets are to cut about 6 feet of your string for each strand. So you'll have 4 different colors and you're going to cut that into 6 feet. Then you are going to take that and fold it in half. The half part tape here on the middle, painter's tape works great, regular tape will also work. But you're going to cut a section that's a little bit longer. So I chose blue for mine, that's a little bit longer, to do the loop beginning. So you can see in this one I chose yellow, so I made the yellow string a little bit longer than all the others. It doesn't really matter if it's, half a foot, an extra foot, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then you're going to lay out your string in the pattern set that you're going to start, or how you want your chevron pattern to be. So you can see for mine, it was yellow, then it was a dark teal, then lighter, 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 to back to yellow. So you'll take the blue strand here and you're going to make a forward knot. These are the 2 types of knots we'll be using the whole time, but basically a forward knot looks like a 4. So you're gonna do the 4 shape over it, and you can see, all right, so you see how it makes a 4 here? And then what you're gonna do is go underneath all the other strings, right here, like that. Hold the others tight, pull through, and I know you'll have a lot at first, and then just pull forward, and that is a forward knot. And now, the next one you're going to do is a backward knot, which is the same thing, only reverse. So instead of doing that forward 4, you're going to take your longer string and you're gonna do a backward 4, just like, I think you can see right there, just like that, a backward 4, and then same thing, you're gonna take it under, you're gonna pull through, just like that, see it? And you'll probably have a bunch of string to pull through, but then you're just gonna pull it tight all the way up to here, and that is a backward knot. Now you're gonna do this forward, backward, until you have it to the length you want. So for this, you can see it's not that long actually. It's probably to about here is how you'll wanna do it, about 1 inch. And you just keep doing that, forward, backward, with the 1 color. So start here. Pull it all the way through. And you can just kind of hold your other strands to make it easier. Just that. And now you'll do the backward. And you'll pull it through again. And you'll just want to make sure while you're doing it, you're keeping it tight and you are keeping so you can't see the rest of the strings through it. So again, our forward knot goes over and then under. Pull all the way through. Then you'll pull it up here. Just like that. To make the square macrame knot, divide your strands into 2 on the right hand side, 2 on the left hand side, and your 4 in the middle. And I tried to keep the colors together, so for the most part, all the yellows and oranges are in the middle and the blues are on the outside. Now what you're gonna wanna do is start with your left hand side. Take this strand, and you probably have a lot of string because it's almost 5 feet. You can kind of fold it up a little bit, but you're going to bring it over the top of the yellow and orange, just like this. Now, this right hand side, right here, you are going to bring that over the top. Now this strand right here, the right hand, is gonna go underneath the yellow and orange and come up out underneath the left hand side string. So I'm going to take it under, and then take it under, and try to keep everything separate. And now I'm going to pull a little bit. So you can see we've made 1/2 of the square knot. Okay, now what you're going to do is almost the same thing, except you're going to do it from the right hand side. You're going to make that backwards looking 4, and then you're going to take the strand that's now on the left, you're going to bring it up over the top of that 4 right here on the right hand side, and then you're going to go underneath these middle strands right here, the orange and yellow, and you're going to come out again underneath this side right here. So now with all my string, I'm bringing it through. I'm going to hold it steady, pull it a little bit, and now you can see when you look at the middle of it, there's this nice little knot. And then what you're going to do after that is just pull it tight all the way up to the beginning of your loop strand right there. Okay, so I'm just going to loosen it up a bit to bring it closer to the top. And I'm going to take off my tape just to see. Hold it steady with one finger, pull with the others, and you might have to wrangle it a little bit with your fingers, and then I'm going to pull this top part of the knot straight like that. You'll see a little bit of the color through it, that's fine. And then you're going to pull the other ones tight again right up here, and now you'll just pull it tight all the way through, and voila, you have your loop opening, and it is connected solidly with a macrame square knot, so you can see. And for the most part, all you're really seeing is the color you chose to go around your loop. And just like that, that's the beginning. After you folded your string in half and made your loop beginning like this, you'll move on to the main portion of the Chevron Friendship Bracelet. You're going to separate your strings into the color order you want for your bracelet. So in this example, you can see I'm going to start with yellow, then dark teal, dark blue, and then light blue. The pattern you choose will be the one you keep for the whole bracelet, and after you've chosen the order, you're going to move these 4 strings to one side. So half your bracelet will be on this side, half will be on the other. And if you look at the chevron bracelet right here, you can see you're going to, one half of it will be making the arrow this way, and the other half will make the arrow this way. So you can see that I started with yellow and moved on to the different colors. So that'll be how you choose your color pattern for the bracelet. So the main knots we use for the Chevron Friendship Bracelet are forward and backward knots. So I'm going to start with the forward knot. What you're going to need to do is grab the outermost string, so the yellow string, the one you want to start with, and you're going to make a 4 over the dark teal string. So you can see it looks like the 4 right here. Then you're going to pull the yellow string underneath and through the 4 hole opening, right like that, if you can see, and you're going to pull it tight right here, and sometimes it takes a second to get it in order. And then you're going to do that again. So for all of these, at least on the left hand side, you're going to do 2 knots per string. So you can see you're bringing it forward, pulling tight, and you might have to shift sometimes to make sure the string's all the way there and you have yellow. But that is the forward knot. So you're going to do that on each string. So next we'll move on to the dark blue and do the same thing. So again, make a 4 over it, pull it through right here, grab, hold on to your string, the darker blue color, and pull the yellow tight. And then you're going to do it again. And I found it helps to hold the string, the dark blue, as you're doing it, because then it makes sure that the yellow is the one you see up here at the knot. So after you've done that, you'll move on to this one, to the final light blue string, and make another forward knot. And then you're going to do it once more, if you can see here. So it looks like a 4 over it. And then you're going to go under under the blue and through the yellow loop and pull tight. So you're going to do 2 for each one, and that's the forward knot. Now, after you've done 2 for these, you'll move your left hand side of string to the side, and you're going to start with your backward knot on the right hand side of the string over here. To do the backward knot, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to start with a yellow. You're going to make a 4, but make a 4 in reverse. So see how it comes this way? And you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to push it under the dark teal, through the yellow hole, hold tight, and pull. And you're going to do 2 of those for each string as well. So I'm going to do that here and show you. You grab it and pull tight. And then we'll move on to the dark blue and then the light. You'll bring your 2 yellows together. And you can see how the one on the right is kind of jumping over to the left-hand side. That's fine. Throughout the string, they'll probably swap places, the 2 in the center. It doesn't have to be yellow. Once you do this, each color will be in the middle every 4 knots almost. So you're going to take this and you can do a forward or backward knot, but for whatever one you choose, do that same one twice. So I'm going to do a backward knot here with yellow on yellow, and I'm going to do it once more, and voila. And you can see now that the strings match up towards their sides, so it's okay if they alternate, and it's okay that they're pushed to the other side. So now what you're going to do for the rest of it is you're going to repeat that process. You're going to do forward knots on the left hand side, backward knots on the right hand side, and when they meet up, I would just suggest alternating. So here on the yellow we did backward knots, maybe on the dark teal you do forward knots and then backward again. So we're going to do that again, and I'm going to show you again the forward knot. So make a 4 and then pull it under and just do 2 for each one. And you just try to remember where you're at. Once you've reached your desired length, we'll be making a forked tongue ending to finish off the bracelet. You're going to keep the strings the same as you did when you were making the chevron pattern. You're going to put one half to the side, and you're going to start on this pattern, the left-hand side. You're going to use your farthest most string, just like you were making the other, to do 2 forward knots per string. However, this time, once your purple has made it to the inside, when you start on the pink strand, or the second one, you're only going to do 2 forward knots up to the following strand, so you won't touch this purple. And that'll be how it is for each one. Once you finish one, it'll end and you won't add on to it. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to do 2 forward knots over this pink side, and then we'll move on to the orange string and then the brown. So I'm going to keep doing forward knots, just do 2, just like you were making your chevron bracelet. And now we're on to the last one. Okay, so when you're onto the pink, you're going to go over the orange and the brown string, but you won't touch the purple. And you're going to do that all the way through. Okay, and then you'll leave the pink and purple to the side, and we'll finish it up with the orange over the brown. You're gonna do 2. Okay, so we have it that way. Okay, once you've finished, you'll be able to see that it splits off from what we've done on both sides. So what you're going to do next is you're going to take your 2 innermost strands, mine are the purple, and you're going to make 2 forward knots with just those 2 strands. So I'm going to take this and do a forward knot here. And there. Okay, now once you've done that, you will take your pink strand, or not your pink strand, but your 3rd strand in, and you're going to do a forward knot on that one. And you can push the other side away. So we're going to do 2 forward knots. The difference this time around for the forked ending is that once we've completed a forward knot on the innermost strand, the next strand, which is orange for me, you're going to hold both of these strands and do 2 forward knots over them. So these will both be involved in it. And then you'll do it again for your last strand. So I'm going to grab in the brown and I'm going to do that once more with it here. Get tight and do one more. Perfect. And then on the other side, you're going to do the exact same thing. So on the left-hand side, with your purple in the middle, you are going to grab your, if I can get it, you're going to grab your pink strand and do a backward knot over it. You're going to do it twice, and then you'll keep repeating that with it. And now we'll hold on to the orange and purple strings and do a backward knot again. I might have just done a forward knot. Okay, and now we'll get in our last thread, the brown, and do 2 backward knots over that. Oops. And one more. Okay, now once you've done that, you are all set to begin braiding. The final step is just to braid each end of your forked tongue, so just a regular braid, just keep it tight, and then you'll knot it at the end for both of them, and you are all done with your friendship bracelet.